It must mean I'm live. But my camera is going this way. I need it to go this way so you can see what I'm doing. Let me try moving the camera. Let's see. Is this working? Or are you now having to turn your head sideways? Okay. Laura, I see you're here. Help. Okay. Are you seeing everything, like normal? Or are you having to like turn your head sideways because everything's sideways? Something popped up and it said, rotate your phone or go to advanced settings to change the something. Okay, obviously comments are slow for me to get them at least. And on my end, when I'm looking at the screen, the comments are coming over here and they are sideways. Like I have to turn my head sideways to see what's happening. So I'm not sure. Okay, Laura, no, having to turn my head when you turned it. It still did the same thing. I don't know what you mean. So, I guess. All right. For me, this says Fred Meyer, and it's right side up for me. Are you having to turn your head sideways to see it right side up? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is, what do you call this? Landscape mode is what I turned my phone sideways to do so you could get a bigger picture of what I'm doing. So are you able to see Fred Meyer, or do you have to turn your head sideways to make this correct? Do you know what I'm saying? If you're on, say hello. Let me know should I start working and showing you what I wanted to show you? Or are you are you looking at this wonky? Are you totally sideways? Because this is my first live and I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so like my phone is sitting this way right now. I'm gonna turn it this way real quick. Okay. Oh, okay. So Laura, I have to turn my head sideways in order to read it properly, but I'll make it work. Okay, is this better? Are you now seeing Fred Meyer right side up? Because this is going to be, I think you call it portrait mode. So clearly, I need to get on my laptop, go into something, and change something to make it so that we can see everything this way. Sideways. Is that? Oh my gosh. Okay. All the new things. Okay, so Laura, what I was trying to do was make it so that I could turn the phone from, this way to this way so you could see a bigger portion of my desk. Oh boy. Well, I have an idea. Oh, Liz, question, what's going on? What's going on is the Hi, I'm Dawn with For Grace Creations, and this is my very first live, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm asking for your help. Eventually, we are going to do something. But right now, I'm trying to figure out, I'm recording on my cell phone, and I wanted to turn the phone sideways so you could see a lot more of my desk. But it appears as though I have to go into my settings and change something. So I'm going to stand on a chair and see if I can lift this up higher, and maybe then you can see more. Well, now we have to hope and pray that this phone holder doesn't fall over. Okay. Okay, so I've learned this. For my next live, I need to go into the YouTube settings and change something so that I can go sideways. Oh, am I using a tripod? No, it is a phone holder. Good. Okay, so we'll just do a short live today, and I'll go into my settings and I'll see what I can figure out. Oh, Pam Artist Studio. Okay, is this Pam or Mariah? Oh, yay, thank you. This is my first time. Okay, I know you can see it right now, but you're seeing a very small. Hi, Mariah. Okay, here's my problem. Obviously, never done a live. I think you call that portrait mode. I'm wanting to turn it sideways so you can see way more on my desk, right? However, let me do that and show you what happens. Okay, we're turning the phone. Okay, now are you having to turn your head to see everything? So my phone is turned. Are the red fabric scissors on the right-hand side or are they at the very top? That's my question. Liz says, I'm confused. Yay, so am I. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, wait, let me put my phone holder down more. Okay, now I can read the comments. Mariah says it will, yes, then pick it up and face it out. Okay, Liz, so the scissors are at the top. See, I'm wanting it so that they're on the right-hand side so you're not having to turn your face or turn your head. Okay, so, okay, Mariah. Pick it up, and all right, guys, I'm going to show you more than I wanted to. Here's, your phone has physically moved, but you have to orient the screen. Okay, well, let's see if we can make it work. I'm showing you more than I wanted to. Here's the window. Okay, and now you're seeing outside. Okay, I'm getting a message. It says on my phone, orientation is locked. Rotate device back. So clearly I have to figure out how to unlock the device. That's probably going to be in my settings. Darn it. I don't know how to unlock it. I could start pushing buttons. I did have a plan to show you something today. What's this button for? Highlight, save to your channel? No. That's flash. No. Okay. What is this? Let's see. What is this? Oh, hi! Well, now I know what that button's for. Let's see. Can I get it back? You guys are so wonderful to help me with this. There's a microphone button. What's this here? No. All right. So, here we go. Yeah, that's my husband's shop, and the grandkids' dirt bikes. Yeah, that's the view out my window. Isn't that just gorgeous? Let's go slowly back this way. I'm going to turn it so that you're looking at things normal. My phone says you're being a dork, and I am because this is, new. I see people have left because they're like, yeah, we're not putting up with this. We'll come back when you know what you're doing. All right, Mariah says, open the control center by swiping up from the bottom of your screen. Tap the portrait orientation lock button to make sure it's off. Do I dare do that now? Okay, if I lose y'all, I'll come back. I really do have a plan because I have somebody that wanted me to show them something. That's Laura. Okay, open the control center by swiping up from the bottom of your screen. Didn't work. The whole phone went away. Oh, let's see. No. Okay, guys, you know what? I think I'm going to have to actually go unlock this from... Oh, Liz, you saw the dog. Yep, we've got some labs. I have 1 lab in my bedroom right now and 2 outside. So I'm going to have to just work with this like this right now and then figure it out from my laptop in the control center. So I do thank you for, oh my gosh, your help, guys. All right, so what are we doing? Well, we're trying, I don't know how it's going to work, to take a paper bag, whether it's Fred Meyer, Walmart, whatever, and let's turn it into a journal that we can put our treasures in that people send in Happy Mail. Or if you noticed, I wanted to do a coffee journal. So we could be making one of those as well. I have a feeling we'll just do very little. Because of this orientation thing, I don't think I'm going to be able to show you very well. But what I did so far was I took a paper bag and I've got it into the bare bones of a journal. I know that's a huge spine, but I'm thinking, you know, what if we got a lot of Happy Mail? We'd need to put it in there, right? So Liz says, this is oddly entertaining. Right. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? And you can't be afraid to fail. You just have to jump. Okay, so Laura, do you have your paper bag? Everybody else have a paper bag? So here's what we're going to do. Let's take this paper bag apart because we want to use this as the basis of a journal. So down here at the bottom, we're going to put our finger in here and finagle it to open. And this one has a lot of glue, so it's not really wanting to come apart. Thank you guys for having patience and helping me with this. I mean, I've done live before on Facebook. I have a group, a private group in Facebook that I do, I make and sell earrings there. I've started kind of venturing into junk journaling in there as well, but the lives there are just, I know what I'm doing because I've been doing it for many years, but YouTube, I've never done it. All right, so we have, the bottom is a mess, right? All right, Laura, is your bag open? You guys doing this too? Open your bag. And then we're going to just make a fold on the line so that we can close it up nicely again. All right. If y'all watch Barbara over at 49 Dragonflies, she's the one that basically she taught me how to do this. She does a plan with me and she uses paper bags. And the first time I made this, I was like, oh, this is my favorite kind of journal. So now we have this really raggedy end and you can't see the whole paper bag in the shot because, well, I have to change that orientation. But what you do now is you're going to want to think about the paper that you're going to put in your journal. And that's how we're going to decide what size to cut this down. And what I have is a normal US standard size piece of printer paper. And then I've got this old phone book page, maybe? Map? No, it's from a map. And it's a little bit bigger than, oh, I lied. It's not. I thought it was. So anyway, I know we'll just use the printer paper. This is about the size of paper I'm going to use in my journal. So I want to open it up and I want to lay it down here. And I'm going to need room for a spine. So I'm thinking, oh, let me get my ruler. I'm thinking probably 2.5 inches for a spine. So the first thing, oh, I need a pencil. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure down here 2.5 inches and make a mark. So all this space here is for my spine. So there's my 2.5 inch. Okay. Now I want to be able to fit this piece of paper. So I'm going to line that right up next to that line and go all the way over here. Okay. And now I know that I want my journal to be a little bigger than this piece of paper here. And so I'll measure just so you know how much. I'm thinking a 1/2 inch bigger on each side. So I'm gonna go 1 inch from the edge of my printer paper, and I'm gonna draw another line. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. Now, my ruler, oh, it happens to be big enough to draw a line this way so I know where to cut. I'm not gonna lie with you. Usually I don't even care if it's a straight line, because with these paper bag journals, they're fun to have a little wonky. Okay, so we have our line, and grab a pair of scissors and just cut on that line. All the way up. If you're here, let me know. Oh my gosh, hi Terry. So I know Laura is here. Mariah had to go. She's gonna help me figure this live thing out so that you can see more of my desk next time. And let's see. I can't see. It says I see it says 5 people are here. Maybe it's a lag. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and recycle all this. You could keep it for other things, but I've got enough. All right, so now we are left with this. Well, we don't want a journal that's that tall, right? I mean, good night, that would be really tall. If you want it that tall, go for it, but I don't. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my piece of paper down here at the bottom and the edge, just line it up. Hi, Barbara. Hi. Oh, and Deborah. I see Deborah, newbie here. Good. I'm a newbie too. This is my first live. If you go back and watch the replay, you're going to die laughing at the very beginning of this. So anyway, I've learned a few things, so my next live will be a little different. So I'm going to line this piece of paper up here. Now, down here, I actually am going to pull it up a little because I know that I want my journal to be a little bit bigger than this piece of paper this way, as well as that way. So how much bigger? Let me grab my ruler again. Did I tell you I hate using rulers? How much is that? Well, you know what? Let's make it easy, and let's actually put that down all the way to the bottom. Come to the top of our paper, and let's just give ourselves, if we go a 1/2 inch, then we have a 1/4 inch on each end. And I think that should be okay. So I'm going to take my pencil and draw my line here, which means I now have to cut it, the paper bag, all the way across, right? And if you notice, well, it won't fit in the shot. Well, oh yeah, barely. If you notice, this ruler is not as long as the paper bag. So how am I going to get a straight line? Well, let's see. I have this humongous paper bag. I could see if I could set it here and maybe get a straight line by laying this there. Yeah, that'll work. So I'll use the paper bag and draw all the way across. Otherwise, if I didn't have this paper bag, which I don't usually, I just eyeball it. I'm not going to lie. So we're going to cut off this end now, right on our line. And then I'll give you the exact measurements in case that's easier for some people. Now, I am going to keep this because if you open this up, that would be the perfect backing for some tags. So I'll set that, well, to be honest, on the floor next to me because it's easy. All right. Now, most paper bags are going to have something on it. And just in case fabric, because we're going to cover this with fabric, in case the fabric is see-through, I always turn my bags inside out. So you see where it's going in here? I'm going to make it come out. So I'm just going to, at all the folds, I'm going to go the opposite way. So now this will fold this way. And then that this way. So all we've done is just turn the paper bag inside out. That's all we've done. Now there's no writing. So if our fabric happens to be see-through, not a big deal. Okay, I gotta try and remember to work this way so I can stay in the screen. Oh, you guys, coffee. I need a little coffee. All right. Glue. Doesn't matter what kind of glue. What do I have next to me right now? I've got this Anita's PVA tacky glue. PVA glue just means it's water-based. So you could use Elmer's school glue. To be honest, you could use a glue stick. This part doesn't matter. But for this part, I always make sure to remember that I'm going to be going along the edges with my sewing machine. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, it's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm going to show you how to do this without one. But I know I'm going to sew it. So I want to keep my glue away from the edges. So open this up. Okay. Ugh. Get our glue. There is no perfection needed here. Just keep that in mind. And I'm going to put on this middle weird flappy, I'm going to put a little glue here. Doesn't have to be a lot. We're literally just putting a little glue down so that this inner stuff just stays together so that it's not making us rip our hair out in frustration later. So I'm going to put a little here. And I'm going to now fold this in like that. And just push to spread that glue around. And it's going to basically kind of keep it together. It's not perfect. Yuck. But that is okay. Now, even if you're not going to use a sewing machine on this, you don't have to go perfection with this glue. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's see. My paper bag, if you notice, is not cut evenly at all. Maybe that was me squishing it with the glue sideways. Let's see. Oh, it's a little off. Now, if you're a perfectionist, go ahead and go in and trim off that little extra there. If you're not, leave it. Typically, I would leave it, but I'll go ahead and trim a little bit. Okay. So now you would, I'll go this way for you guys. Even though a journal would sit this way, I just want you to be able to see it. If you take your piece of paper, you should, when you put it in the middle, you should have a little bit of room on each side and quite a bit of room here and here. Because keep in mind, we're going to have in the center a signature or 2 or 3. Just depends on what you want to do with it. But we have the basic, the basis of our paper bag journal here. And I wanted to show you, I have these itty bitty Walmart bags. Like my daughter had where you go and you order online and go pick it up. They put them in these weird itty bitty bags. So you could make a smaller journal, or if you have gigantic bags, you could make a gigantic journal. Totally up to you, but any paper bag will work. All right, so we've got that down. I'm going to set my paper aside. So here's the next piece. I'm going to pull in my fabric scissors and use those next. And I've got 2 fabrics. They don't match, but I love them and I wanted to use them. So I think they're just cotton. Oh, you know what? I lie. Look, it does have a little bit of pink in there. Yeah. So, oh, that will work. What a happy surprise. Yay. So I'm just going to pick one. We'll start with this. Doesn't matter which one. One will be the outer cover and one will be the inner cover, and I don't know which is which yet. So, oh my gosh, my power cord's in my way. Okay, so now we want to cut the fabric down to size. Again, I think I need to work this way so you can see everything. So I'm going to lay this big piece of fabric out and kind of come up here. Let's see. So Terry, and anybody else that might want to know, this fabric here, oh, where is, I can tell you what it is. Let's see, here's the bigger piece. It is called Finger Paint, number 52844. I don't know how to pronounce that. What is this over here? Oh, by Windham Fabrics. Presents Random Thoughts. Copyright Marcia Dursey. Pattern number and finger paint. And I actually got this in Sisters, Oregon. There is a fabric store, and I believe it's called the Sisters Quilt Shop. If you Google it, it should come up. And they do deliver, or, you know, you can order online. So that was this one. And the other one, in case you want to know, is by Free Spirit. Presents Storyboard by Seth Apter. Tim Holtz and Seth Apter have some really fun prints. So anyway, I actually was able to go into that shop, and I just got a half a yard of each. So yeah, very fun. All right, now if you want it, you can order that. So I'm laying my fabric down. The proper print side is facing down. I don't think that matters right now, but I'm just measuring basically. I'm going to take my journal cover here, and I'm going to lay it on the fabric, and I'm going to leave, how much is that? Again, I have to get this ruler. That is too much. Let's go 1/4 of an inch, okay? So I'm leaving 1/4 of an inch of fabric on the side. And let's do the same thing at the top, which means I need to move this up a little bit. And then measure, yeah, 1/4 of an inch. So we have 1/4 of an inch up here and 1/4 of an inch down here. We want 1/4 of an inch at the bottom and this side here as well. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and measure that 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to just cut a small little cut there. And I'm going to do the same thing down here. Measure my 1/4 of an inch and do a tiny cut because I want to rip it. I like ripped edges. So I'm going to pull all the way across, and then I'm going to pull all the way across. Now let's hope it ripped straight. There are fabrics that after I rip, it's like, oh, it didn't work. It's wonky. Okay, so let's lay our paper bag down, cross our fingers that it worked. Okay, perfect example. Up here at the top, it totally worked great. But can you see what happened? Let me pick it up. What? There's no fabric. So if I made it so there was 1/4 of an inch fabric there, then what would happen on the other side? That. So, oh my goodness. Oh, hello. So this here. Oh, Terry, we're in portrait mode, by the way, because I couldn't figure out, this is my first live. I couldn't figure out how to make it go landscape. Well, it's because after this first live, I got to go into my settings, my control center, and somehow, some way figure out how to take that off. Again, that's why this live is not going to be very long. So this piece of fabric, sadly, isn't going to work. So it will have to be used. Ooh, maybe I'll use it for a smaller journal another time. So I'm glad I had this other piece here. Let's try it again. Okay, so this really nice straight edge, that's the first thing I want to do is take that off. And I think I will keep it and use it for like tag toppers or collaging. So I'm just going to cut a little piece and rip it all the way down. Let's try this again, knowing full well it doesn't rip straight. I'm going to add a little bit more space. I'm going to give myself a 1/2 inch up here and on each side, just in case it happens again. So there's that. And then let's come down here and re-rip. Okay, let's see if that worked. Everybody cross your fingers. Not that that's going to do any good. Okay. Yeah, I have plenty of room. You see that? Way, way, way too much room. So now what, Dawn? You have too much fabric and you're afraid of ripping because, well, you might get it wonky again. My thought is maybe what if we just attempted to rip a small bit off here? Just go a little smaller. Okay, yeah, it did not rip straight, but that's okay. I still have room. And let's just do a little bit over here. And then we're just going to roll with it. Wonky. You know what wonky means, right? I'm using a word everybody knows, right? Please tell me you know what wonky is. And then, have you ever seen the little kids' book, Wonky Donkey? Oh my gosh, it is hilarious. Oh boy. All right. So this is totally, the material is totally not straight. We're just going to leave it. I mean, it's a junk journal, right? And in the end, it's going to be amazing. Let's just, all right, let's pretend. So let's set this aside for a second and grab our next piece of fabric and open this up. And I'm going to wonky. Good, I'm wonky. Good. Laura, good, I'm wonky. And Terry, you know wonky. Okay, good. So if anybody doesn't know, wonky, how would we define that, you guys? It's crazy, discombobulated, not perfect, askew, maybe. Anybody else have any synonyms for wonky? All right. This bottom fabric, the way I'm going to cut it is I'm going to line up the one we just did to the bottom and one side, flatten it out, and I'm going to come down here and make a little snip, and then up here. Oh, can I reach? I'm going to make a little oof snip. That is a definite sideways snip. Let's see. It's going to rip sideways because you see I cut at an angle. So let's choose a spot closer and make a straight cut. Okay, here's to crossing our fingers because this is the only fabric I've got of this. All right, and then where was our other cut? Aha, here it is. So let's rip that. Now, if you don't like ripped edges, then what I suggest doing is getting a pair of these, ladies and gentlemen, the word for these scissors are, and go. The word has escaped my mind. You see, I have a sewing machine and sewing things, but I don't really sew like, you know, quilts and things like that. So I don't really know all the names of all the things. I just, yeah, what are these called, you guys? Pinking shears. Okay, pinking shears, you guys. That's the word. I knew that. I knew that. Again, more coffee needed. What time is it where you're at? It is 11:45 a.m. here in Oregon. You'd think I would have had enough coffee, but no. All right, so we have our two pieces. Let's grab our paper bag. Are you guys 1:45? Wow, all right, where are you at? Let me guess, 11:45, 12:01, 2 hours. So let's see. I'm going to take a guess. Maybe Montana, Wyoming, or that's my guess. Wisconsin. Okay. California. So are you on the same time right now? I think you are. And 2:45 for Laura, 2:45 for YouTube, Terry's YouTube. All right. That's cool that we're kind of all on different times. So here is where we're going to attach our fabric to our paper bag. Is everybody at this point right now? Are you ready? Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get that crappy glue again. I'm not saying this glue is crappy. I'm just saying don't go expensive. You could use, let me grab it. You could use Fabrifix, a glue stick. You know what? Let's do a little of everything. We're just going to put some glue stick. Now, again, I'm staying away from the edges because I don't want it to get goopy in the sewing machine because I am going to sew. If you are not sewing, that is where we discuss this. I don't recommend glue stick at all. If you're not sewing, don't use glue stick. Use Fabrifix, 3-in-1, Fabri-Tac, some sort of glue that is for fabric. And you're going to want to cover all the edges. For me, I'm staying away from the edges because I would like to attempt to sew this. So we've got a little bit of that glue and spread it with my fingers a little bit. Wait a minute. Griffin's shale. How do I say that? Griffin's Hale? Griffin Shale. What's your first name? Are you Rhonda? Are you saying you're Rhonda? I know that there's a Rhonda that's one of the PM artist designers, and the reason I know that is because your stuff is in my wish list. I have quite the wish list going. So yeah, Rhonda. Okay. Rhonda, thank you for being here. This is my very first live, and I don't know what I'm doing, but I thought you got to start somewhere. And I'm going to be honest, I was talking to a YouTube follower who is a new friend, Laura. That would be Lojo in the comments. And we were actually talking on the phone and FaceTime. And I said, you know, let's work on a project together, but would you be willing to help me with my very first live? Because I've never done it. I think it would be fun to do. And she so graciously offered to help. I love this junk journaling community because I have made so many new friends. And I know it kind of sounds silly and like my husband doesn't get it, but you know, I consider the subscribers who interact with me and stuff my friends, because you help me out when I spell things wrong. Like I said, I did something called use it or lose it. Yeah, I totally spelled the hashtag use it or loose it, like loosen your belt. And somebody said, hey, so lady, that's not how you spell it. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I think you were being snarky. I'm not sure, but because you can't hear tone of voice. But believe it or not, I really appreciate that kind of help. It's fabulous to me. Oh, okay, and I have glue everywhere. K Dizzle. I love that, K Dizzle. You are the perfect person to do lives. Making things with your viewers is great. I hope you're making it with me, that I'm not all by myself. Oh gosh. My daughter and I are working on a junk journal together, like I told you we were going to the other day. Nice. I'm glad that you're doing that. Oh, before the glue dries, shush, Dawn, shush. I'm just going to squish it. And here's why. If your fabric is see-through at all, you want to squish your glue around. I mean, you don't have to use your fingers. You could use a paintbrush, but it will actually, you'll see the glue lines through your fabric. Okay, I'm going to take this one, lay it out, and I need to turn this phone a little bit. There we go. Oh, I have some dogs at my door laying. I could hear them. They just plopped. They're like, Grammy, let us in. They're my grand dogs. I'm going to plop this down. Ooh, right in the middle. Give it a good push. Oh, no, it's upside down, Dawn. You guys, it's upside down, Dawn. Did I just goop it? I sure did. Oh, isn't that just disgusting? Shucks. Okay, guys, don't glue the paper bag to the wrong side of the fabric, or to the right side of the fabric. Glue it to the wrong side. I have a question for you. You see how I just did this disgusting mess up? Look at that, guys. When I do videos, and you know, I can edit, would you prefer I edit out the bloopers? Not bloopers. Bloopers are fun. The mistakes. Just edit them out so you don't have to deal with watching that crap or stuff. I'm sorry. Or leave it so you can learn from my mistakes. So that was a bunch of different glues. Okay, hold on. This is a big board I made for working on, and I wasn't going to use it because there's just a lot going on, but I made my paper sticky. Anyway, this here, it's wiping off, so it's not going to make a mess. Even if it did make a mess, I'd still roll with it. Laura, this is what I was talking about. Okay, the beauty in junk journaling is glue sticks everywhere. No, is that you don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just jump in. Because if this yucky glue could not come off, then we could just roll with it. And what we do is we would decorate our cover a lot, so you wouldn't see a lot of the fabric. I love this fabric, so I'm hoping that we can basically get it off. Anyway, yeah, so I don't know if you watched this morning's video where I showed how to put signatures into a journal with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, but I did not edit out my blooper, my mistake. I totally was doing it without attaching it to the journal cover. And once I realized it, I was like, oh no. But I thought, I'm going to show him because, you know, sometimes I watch, like, I don't know if you've heard of Louisa Heinzel, but sometimes I watch her and I'm like, she never makes mistakes. This is like, wow, how does she do this? She just knows what she's doing. Nah, She then did a video showing us that she edits, and she showed us some mistakes, and I loved that. It makes her more real, if that makes any sense. Yeah, okay, so Terry votes leave him. K Dizzle, leave it. Laura, don't edit. Oh, and show how you fix it, kind of like we did here. And Rhonda, okay, it's a shared experience we all relate to. Good. Don't go back and watch the beginning of this live, because that was a big fiasco. Because as you can tell, we're recording this way instead of this way. Oh, hopefully I'll be able to figure that out off camera. So this one is stuck down, not completely. Unless you aren't going to sew it, make sure to go completely. Now I'm going to turn it over. And I'm just going to use this glue here. And I'm going to, oh my gosh. I'm running low. Thankfully, I ordered more glue off Amazon. I got so my birthday was actually a couple days ago. And my husband gave me a gift card to Amazon. I used it all on glue. Well, other than I did get one of Tim Holtz's Distress Oxide sprays. I've got a couple and I love them, and so I'd like to start hoarding more. I mean, getting more to use. All right, there's my glue blobs, and I'm gonna squish it around. If I knew for sure that my fabric was not going to be see-through, I would not squish it. But because I've never worked with these fabrics, I just don't know. Oh, happy birthday. Thank you. Yeah, it was, yeah, just a few days ago. And I share my birthday with my son. I had him on my 21st. So that's cool. All right, so this one, we're going to put this side down, right? Not this side. Oh, good night. And I'm going to try, I got to keep this way so you can see it. I'm going to try, and I think what I'll do is I'll just gather it up like this. And then I'm going to take this bottom and line it up. Can you get that out of the way so I can move this up? Can you see? Okay. I'm going to try and line it up with that other fabric here. And hopefully this is going to work. When I'm not on camera, I'm not going to lie, guys. I just go for it. I plop it down, and then I start pulling. I'll just do that. What the heck? Let's just plop it down and start pulling and pushing and see what we get. So you guys know my 1K giveaway is going to happen soon. What I haven't done the video yet because I've been waiting for everything I ordered. Well, I ordered some things to give away. Oh my gosh, they came today. Well, some came yesterday, but I have to show you something. This is not on the giveaway. I had to order something for myself. Look, so PM Artist Studio, I don't know if you know them or not. They've got foam stamps. And oh, not only can you use them on the jelly plate, but you can use them as like embossing with your embossing powders. You can use them with inks. These are so freaking amazing. And I'm addicted. I have a huge wish list. So this dragonfly, like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Okay, see this fabric here? Let me see if I can find, let's grab some black ink. I think this is permanent. I honestly don't 100% know because it doesn't say. Let's just go for this. I have not used this stamp yet because I just got it. And no, I'm not going to show you what I got for you guys. either today or tomorrow, I'm going to record that video to show the prizes. There's going to be 5 winners and tons of stuff. So I want to show you that, but I got to record that video because I also have to give, like, you know, the requirements of, you know what I'm trying to say? All right, I think that's enough ink. I'm getting it all over my hands. Okay, so this way doesn't matter. It's not directional. Is this one? I do see that says received. So yeah, I'm thinking that will be, do you see that says received? This will end up being the front of our journal. Let's just go for it and press it down. And if I remember correctly, Rhonda, you kind of knead it like a cat. Is that right? To make sure it gets everything down. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Your vote is authentic. Be real. Okay. Good. Because it's hard not to be real. So I'm pretty sure we should have it now. Oh, yes. Okay, let me show you. This was not planned. Look at that. I love it. Yay. All right, so here, oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Move that. Oh, as you can tell, I have the PMA Artist Studio butterfly stamp. And I was these hold ink, a lot of ink, way more than regular stamps. And so I just was stamping off because I figured maybe later I'll use this. Anyway, all right, so now look what we've got. And if you look, they do not match at all. So you have an option. You can go and cut that off or work with it as it is. But if you notice, it's really wonky. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to have to cut it off. And as much as I like frayed edges, because the fabric did not tear, I think we're going to have to use our pinking shears. I don't want to. And I'm just going to go for it. Wait, before I go for it. Ideas? Because this is too wonky to keep. Do you know what I mean? You want me to try ripping? Okay. Let's see if we can try a straighter line. Oh. Well, that's just done. Just do it. Okay, I just did it. Yeah, it was okay. It came way too close for comfort here, guys. Darn it. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually just going to cut, and I'll come back later and fray. I just want to get this together, and then we'll be done, because I wanted to show you this part of it. And I can come back after I figure out the, what do you call it? The directional phone recording thing. I can come back and we can proceed with this. Because I can come and purposely fray this, I suppose, later. This is kind of hard. All right, I want you to see that edge. Do you see how wonky that is? Total wonkiness. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. So from this side, I do see, whoops, a tiny bit up here. So I am going to go ahead and trim a little bit more off. I have not decided which will be the front of the journal and which will be the back. I have an idea. Let's take a vote. I'll do whatever you guys, whatever vote wins. How many? It says there's 7 people watching. Are we gonna use this as the front cover, or should we use this as the front cover? So just say pink if you're all for this as the front cover, or say dragonfly if you think I should use that as the front cover. And I'm going to do whatever gets the most votes. And I'm going to just keep trimming. I need a little more off this edge here. Okay. Probably just a little here. Okay. There we go. I think, no, we got wonky donkey over here. All right, are you guys ready for the next part? Do you have this part ready to go? What do we got? Okay, so dragonfly, 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 and pink. Okay, so Deborah, pink is one of my favorite colors as well. I typically would tell you pink, then purple, and I would have used to just stop there, but I'm now kind of like pink, purple, and then kind of that salvage patina color right here. Oh, yeah. What about everybody else? What are your favorite colors? All right, so we have 3 dragonfly and 1 pink. That's 4 votes. It shows there's 3 other people on. So I'm gonna wait for those 3 other people, dragonfly or pink, because we got 3 to 1 right now. All right, so now here's where, if you are not sewing, you want to make sure your glue is all the way up here and a little bit on the fabric so that you're pushing down and your fabrics are glued together. If you're going to sew, here's where we're going to bust out our sewing machine. And I'm going to start with just a straight stitch. And I'm just going to go around each edge about this far in. Well, let me show you on this one. Because I think I won't do it on camera. I think I'll just show you with this one. Okay. So if you notice, I started with just I attempted a straight line. All the way around all 4 corners. And what I did was I was feeling as I went to make sure that I was inside the paper bag. And then, because I can't do a straight line, I came back with a stitch that does this. Hang on, let me show you my machine. I got it at Costco. And it is a Brother. And it has all these fancy stitches I don't know how to use. So I used, this one says number, I think it's 28. Let me look. Yeah, number 28. And it just looks like a worm. It goes like this. So I did the worm stitch all the way around. And what I did was I was trying to get closer to the edge of the fabric. Yeah, I didn't make it quite as well as I wanted to. So I did with another straight stitch. And I came out here as close as I could to the edge. Basically, what I want is I want you to be able to tell there's 2 pieces of fabric, but I don't want you to see the paper bag in there. Do you know what I'm saying? And I used white thread because I thought you'd be able to see it. And I like that look. So yeah, where we're at now, just take it to your machine and go all the way around all 4 sides. And don't be a perfectionist, because sometimes wonky is what we need, right? Okay, so that's all we will do now, because we're almost at an hour. Oh my gosh, you guys put up with me for an hour. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I'm going to wait for more votes to see pink or black, or no, I mean pink or dragonfly. And I'll sew this off camera. And what I'll do is I will look at my schedule and I'll see when I can come back and do a live. I don't know that I'm going to be able to announce it. It might be sporadic because I do have a house full off and on. Yeah. Anyway, it's real life, right? So get your votes in. Let me know your favorite colors. And I shall see you very soon. And can I just tell you, I am so very, 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 very thankful you guys are here. And for those of you that have helped me with this, Laura, thank you for just, well, your new friendship. All of you, thank you. I'm just in awe that you guys would want to hang out with me. And I kind of feel like I wish we could just all get together and actually work in person and have coffee and snacks or tea, whatever your favorite beverage is, together. Anyway, I'm rambling and I'm sorry. I will see you guys very, very soon and we will continue on with this. Thank you for being here. Bye. Oh, ha ha ha. Want a good laugh? I don't know how to end this. Does anybody know how? Okay, here we go. Let's see what I've got. So maybe we're hanging out all day. Let's see. I gotta move my camera to read the buttons. Oh, hi. I don't know how to turn it off. I've got a plus sign. Oh, I have 3 buttons down here. What's this? No, I don't want to share. Shouldn't there be a cancel button? Oh, Terry, thank you. Okay, so I got to tell you my hair. I got it. I drive 5 hours to a gal that cuts my hair. I know that's a long ways, but it's where we used to live, and I don't trust anybody. But yesterday, I used my birthday money, and I got some blonde stuff in it. But do you see? Ladies, that's not blonde. It's orange. So I have to go back in as soon as she has time. She said she'll put toner on it so that it'll go from orange to blonde. Yeah, I have orange. And then I just, because I don't know what to do with it, I just did like this morning and called it good. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, there has got to be a done, finished button. Oh, hold on. There's an X. Let's see what that does. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I found it. Okay, bye.